Morning guys. So what we are going to do today is look at color. So to start off, things you will need. You'll either need an old towel or some newspaper to protect your table if you're using paint. You will need either paint, I've got some acrylic, you can use watercolor, you can use colored pencils, highlighters, colored pens, whatever you've got available to you at the moment. I will let you know that you can buy a really nice set of these dollar paints on Takealot at the moment. I'll put the link somewhere where you can find it, but you don't actually need paint to do this. It just makes it easier. That's why I'm doing it in paint. You will also need brushes if you're working with paint. I'm just going to grab a couple before I put this away. Yeah, these are my favorite brushes. That one's for oil paint. Yeah, I think, and then this big chunky one, I think that'll be enough. If you're working with paint, you'll also need a container of water. I personally prefer something with a lid because I'm clumsy, and if I had 10 rand for every time I'd spilled water on a painting, I'd be a very rich woman. You will also need a palette of some sort. This is a peppermint crisp pudding container. And what's nice about using plastic palettes with acrylic paint is that you can just peel the paint off once it dries. So, paint, palette, brushes, etc. You'll also need the worksheets. You can print these off Teams. We've got the color wheel, and then we've got the tints and shades worksheet. If you don't have access to that, you just need paper. Even lined exam pad paper will work, but you get the idea. And then you can just replicate the grid of the tints and shades worksheet. You're going to need 5. I'm not going to do it now. You're going to need 5 going down, and then however many blocks you can fit. So that's that. I also, because I'm working on a towel, because I don't have newspaper, something to press on would be useful. So I am hoping that all of you watched the color theory video that I made. In the case that you didn't, here's a very, very quick basic recap. Color is light that is being reflected, and we perceive it using our eyes. Light works in waves, and the reason why we care, the reason why we use color in art is to both determine meaning and make meaning. In a nutshell. If you're confused, please watch the color theory video. To start off, I've got my worksheet. I'm going to label it first. So we have our primary colors, which are, I'm just going to do it on the side, red, blue, and yellow. And then we have our secondary colors, which are combinations of these 3 colors. So red and yellow make orange, red and blue make purple, and yellow and blue, shouldn't have done that like that anyway, yellow and blue make green. So the inner circle is our primary colors, this middle circle here is our secondary colors, and then the outside circle is our full color wheel where everything makes sense. So what I'm going to do is label this beforehand. So we're going to want our primary colors in here. So we'll do red, 1, 2, 3, and then blue will go here. 1, 2, 3, and then yellow will go here. So you'll see the yellow's in line, the red's in line, the blue's in line. So halfway between red and yellow, again we've got orange. Between red and blue we have purple, and then halfway between blue and yellow on this side we've got green. So between your primary color and your secondary color, you have your tertiary color. So the labeling of this is going to be according to your preference. I don't have enough space here to write it, so I'm going to leave it for now. But you can choose between orange and red. You can do a reddy orange or a red-orange, or you can label it according to the actual color, which is probably more of a tangerine. A reddy purple might be a mauve. A greeny blue would be a turquoise. There's so many nuances in color that even just shifting it a tiny little bit will completely change what's going on. So we've got our, I'm just going to put that away. We've got our color wheel here, and we are going to start by placing down our primary colors. So I'm going to start with just a little bit, and we'll start with red. And you're going to need your water out and available for this. I'm just seeing how big a brush. Yeah, let's use the square brush. I enjoy a square brush. So you're going to wet your brush and start working with the paint. And you want your acrylic paint consistency to be like wimpy tomato sauce, where it's fairly runny, or like squeezy mustard. So it should be quite easy to work with. The water will also help keep your paint wetter for longer, which will give you more time to work with it. So I'm not too fussed about being super, super neat. But you can layer acrylic paint really, really nicely to get a nice strong block of color. Cool, so we've got red. This is more of a pinky red tone. This is due to the quality of the pigment. Dala is great for schoolwork. It's the kind of stuff that we use at school, but it's obviously not professional level paint. So you can see that I'm filling in this block on the outside while I've got the red paint on my brush to save myself some time. Okay, clean your brush. You can see how I'm cleaning it, or you can work it out. I'm also using a towel because I prefer to do this to dry my brushes. Let's do yellow next. I'll put it here on this corner. Again, get some water on the brush. Feel free to change your water as much as needed to avoid the pigment in the water. I'll do yellow. That's a nicer color than the red. Nice and bright. We're also gonna do the yellow block here. So painting does require a fair amount of brush control, so you have to figure out what kind of brush works best for you. Okay, cool. Yellow is done. Let's clean the brush. And let's do blue. So the quality and the type of blue that you have will affect your color wheel. This is more of a mod blue, which makes a really nice green and a really pretty purple. So again, add your water. Try and get your lines fairly smooth. Adding water as you need it. I'm also going to do that little block there. So you can see this blue really isn't that opaque, but it doesn't matter because it's pretty. Okay, that one wasn't perfect, but it's fine. Okay, so we have our primary colors set into the color wheel. So we've already worked out that, let's do orange first. So red and yellow make orange, we know that. But how we mix the colors matters. So we have stronger colors and weaker colors. So between the yellow and the red, which color do you think is the stronger color? Dora the Explorer moment. If you said red, you are correct. So what we are going to do is we are going to take 2 parts of the yellow and 1 part of the red to make our orange. Hope you can see that. And we're going to start mixing. Remember to add water to get the right consistency. So I reckon I did that pretty well. That's a fairly, yeah, that's actually a lovely even orange. So make sure you've got all the extra bits mixed in. Make sure you scrape your brush and check there. You don't want streaky color. Cool, so we've got our orange. Now what we're going to do is, ooh, that's a lovely color. Well done. Well done me. And well done you. We're going to place that all along there. Like so, and then we're also going to place it here in the orange block on the outside circle, halfway between the red and the yellow block, because orange is halfway between them. If you have a smaller brush, you do have more control, but I prefer a square brush for working with acrylics. And I prefer pointy brushes for working with oil, but that's just a personal thing. Okay, cool. Clean your brush off. Make it dry. So what we could do is, yeah, I think I'm going to do that now. So we'll finish the warmer side of the color wheel. So between yellow and orange, we're going to make a yellowy orange. So I'm going to add a tad more yellow here. It's better to use small amounts of paint and add as you need. So what I'm going to do here, because the orange is the stronger color between the yellow and the red and the orange, I'm going to take a bit of the orange and add it into the yellow. I might have to make more orange. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to have a yellowy orange here. You can see how the pigment changes. And then we're going to add a bit of red into this orange that we've already made earlier. Could use a bit more red. Yeah, that's nice. You can also add colors into your acrylic paint while it's still wet and mix it on the paper, which I really don't suggest because it'll give you streaky colors. Cool, so what we now have is a beautiful line of analogous colors, and analogous colors are colors that sit next to each other on the color wheel. We typically divide analogous colors into warm colors and cool colors. So warm colors are fiery, remind you of the sun, the desert, things that are warm. And then the cool colors, blues, greens, purples, are things that remind us of the cold. So let's do purple next, and then we'll do green last while I add to that yellow. So between red and blue, which color do you think is the stronger one? Dora the Explorer moment. If you said red, you are correct. So we're going to take 2 parts blue and 1 part red. Okay, no, we're going to need a lot more red for the quality of this blue. Remember to add water as you need. Okay, cool, that looks... Okay, that's a bit too red now. There we go. That is a nice mid purple. Oh no, it's a bit too blue now. Okay, so keep working with it until you find a color that you like. Okay, I think that's the best mid purple we're gonna get with this high quality blue and this red. That's not so great, but it's fine. Okay, we're gonna add to our purple block. The purple one was very messy. I'm gonna mark myself down for that. So what we're gonna do now is do the bluey purple and the reddy purple. So we're going to start with the bluey purple because I've already got some mixed here on the edge. Yeah, there we go, that's nice. Looks like a dark indigo, which is pretty perfect. Okay, I'm going to take all that blue off my brush now so we can do the reddish purple. So I'm going to use this purple in the middle here. Still want it to look purple, I don't want it to look too red. That's, yeah, a bit more red, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's nice. And you're just gonna fill that in. Cool, so now our color wheel is starting to look like a thing and it's almost finished. So we're gonna do green next. Make sure you get that brush nice and clean. So we've got blue and yellow. I'm going to need some more yellow. So between blue and yellow, the stronger color, of course, is blue. So we're going to take 2 parts yellow in the middle and 1 part blue and start mixing. That's a lovely green. It's a love style green, which is really nice. Cool. I'm very happy with that color, so we're gonna place it on there. Because the acrylic paint is a bit sheer, we can go over a label. I'm not that fussy about visible brush strokes, because brush strokes are one of the reasons we work with paint. But do try and make it a bit neat. Then we're going to fill in this outer corner, this outer part of the circle here. Cool. I'm going to mix a little bit more green so we can do the yellowy and the bluey green. Is that enough yellow? I'll add more if I need to. Okay, so 2 parts yellow, 1 part blue. Pretty much the same color, yay me. So now I'm going to take this green, put it here and add more yellow. Try not to get it in the orange. Okay, yellowy green goes here. earlier. That's probable. Cool. Now we're going to take some of the strong blue and add it into this green. Make a nice turquoisey color. Yeah, that's lovely. Let's put that there. I'm apologizing for the noise and the lighting changes. My upstairs neighbors are moving. Or at least it sounds like they're moving. And with that, our color wheel is complete. So make sure your brush is nice and clean, no extra paint, dry it off, and now we can leave it. So this is our color wheel. This is what it looks like. This finished version with the completed labels will be up available for you guys to use as a template. It doesn't, your primary colors don't have to be in this exact order, but this is essentially what I'm looking for. If you feel like it, you can also decorate this part of your heading and just have fun with it. So in the next video, I'm going to move on to the tints and shades worksheet. So I hope this helped, and I'll see you guys soon.